Hey friends, welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast. Come join me, your host Nicole, for some hope-filled conversations about heartfelt entertainment that makes your heart swing. Hey Hallmarkies, welcome to the Swing My Heart podcast. I'm your host Nicole, joined today by my friend Cammie from Deliver Me a Podcast to talk about the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries original movie, Miss Christmas Comes to Town. It stars Brennan Elliott, Erica Durance, and Barbara Niven. After receiving a terminal diagnosis, a shopping channel host known as Miss Christmas embarks on a multi-city excursion to spread holiday cheer before her farewell broadcast. Welcome back to the podcast, Cammie. I'm excited to chat about this movie with you.
Hi, Nicole. Me too.
Very great movie.
You forgot to mention somebody that it stars. I know he's not in the official.
Of course. The wonderful Mark Brandon, who the Hearties know as Governor Balfour.
He's much nicer in this movie.
Yes, he is. I was glad to see him as a part of this cast.
Yeah, and he played somebody that you don't see him play. He plays doctors and elected officials.
Yes.
Yes. And top execs in companies, and just all of these high-powered authority figures. You don't see him playing an actor.
No, you do not.
But even better, I've never seen him as a love interest in any of these.
And I don't think I have either.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that was one of my first initial thoughts. I loved the side romance with James and Gail throughout this movie.
High school sweethearts? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yes. What were some of your other initial thoughts about this movie?
So I will be number one completely honest.
Yeah.
This is what caught my eye the most, that Amanda did not get angry with Travis for keeping the secret from him, because
I noticed that. Yeah.
That is the stereotypical way that a lot of rom-coms go.
Yeah.
They have the first kiss, then all of a sudden they get angry at each other, or one gets angry at another for some reason. She said, I need time to process this, and then I will come back and talk to you about it. But that was all directed at Gail. She says to Travis, why didn't you tell me? But Gail tells her, Travis told me that I should tell you. So, that got him off the hook, but it didn't come after. It didn't come after this big, huge blowout. It was handled. I thought that whole situation was handled very maturely.
Yes.
And that was, there comes a certain point in time when we're too old for these games. And I definitely think that Amanda and Travis were too old for games like that. And so it was very nice to see a more mature, understanding, communicative way of approaching a tragedy.
Yeah, I agree. I loved that they went that route instead of the big blow up fight like a lot of these movies have.
It's a rom-com trope.
Yeah.
It's almost in every single one, but it wasn't here, and I was happy about it.
A couple more things. I thought that the movie had great Christmas feels to it, fantastic chemistry and dynamic with the entire cast, strong, well-written script and unique storyline. Love the friendship between Gail and Amanda. And we get Chris, who played Murray and is Norman's cousin on SSD.
I think it's pronounced Gauthier. That's how I'm going to say it.
Yes. It was
But,
nice to see him too.
Chris is such a character actor.
Yeah.
And not only was he Surge in SSD, he was
Yes.
also the snake oil doctor
Yes, he was.
in When Calls the Heart a few seasons ago.
Yes, he was.
And that was seeing him play such different characters, but
Yeah.
still having the same vibe as a character actor.
Mm-hmm.
And, he was always there with all of the really cute lines.
Yes.
That really kept things moving, especially when you're on a bus and there is limited space.
Mm-hmm.
And that's true for a filming perspective and a movie watching perspective, because when the setting is a bus, there's only so many places you can go. There's only so many things that you can say that are not humdrum.
Yeah.
And, I mean, when he pulled the Murray Christmas, the last name line, oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. I laughed so hard. I was not expecting that.
That was
and I didn't get it. I didn't get it until she said Merry Christmas. I'm like, oh, I didn't get it. And then I got it. And he said, thanks, Amanda. Merry Christmas to you. I went, oh my gosh. And then the genuine meet cute. I mean, talk about call it like it is.
Yeah. And
that, man, when he said that, I was snickering so hard.
Yeah.
And that brings me to another thing. Never seen that kind of meet cute before. Never seen that.
No. And I love how Amanda to Murray, she was like, Murray, it's time to keep your ears on the road.
He plays that perfect kind of character that you can play off of.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, the other characters can bounce off of him.
Yeah.
Because he's bouncing so much.
Yeah. Yes. And before we get into our All the Feels segment, why don't we just talk a little bit about the comedic banter with Travis and Amanda? And I'm sure we'll go into this more as we review the movie, but
I'm sure we shall.
I thought it was great. Fantastic.
So, Nicole, why is a broken drum the best Christmas present?
Because you just can't beat it. That was clever.
It was clever.
Oh my gosh. So why don't we get into our All the Feels segment, which is favorite moments and scenes that bring all the emotions. What were some of yours that you had written down?
So these aren't the tearjerker emotions, but they're emotions all the same.
Mm-hmm.
The juxtaposition of Amanda following the script perfectly along, just lip syncing it with her headphones on and just saying every word perfectly. And then the moment she gets in front of that camera, she flubs everything.
Yes.
And you just go, why? But there is something about a camera shining in your face that you just go, oh, it's for real now.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of funny how when she's delivering the lines, she accidentally knocks over the flowers. And she was like, that's a disaster.
It is a disaster. I know that Gail tried to make light of it. And like, sorry, no, that's a disaster. Gosh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You shatter a glass vase. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
The other one that's not a huge feeling moment, but I thought was so adorable. And this is because I'm a mom. The macaroni art.
Oh, yeah.
The macaroni art picture of Gail.
That was cute.
That was so precious. And that is something that I would totally gush over if my kids brought home.
No,
Just, so
yes.
that was a very feeling moment for me.
Yes. One comedic moment I loved was right at the beginning when Gail and Amanda are talking after the first show, and Amanda is saying that the local radio station wants to know if she wants to be a part of the live reading of A Christmas Carol as Scrooge. And then Amanda goes into saying she has a thing, and Gail says, like a date thing? What? No, I'm just meeting someone for coffee.
Are we ready to get into the big feeling moments?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
He kept the ring.
I know. That was so sweet.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I have to say, if a man that I was still in love with,
yeah,
after all that time, and it sounds like he never got married either.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had never been married and he was the one who got away,
yeah,
and I was the one who got away from him,
yeah,
and he pulls out a ring that he almost gave me 40, 30, somewhere around there, 30 to 40 years ago.
Yes.
And he kept the ring all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Oh my
that was
gosh.
very sweet.
But he was so calm about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I loved about Mark Brandon's whole portrayal. He didn't beg. He didn't plead. He didn't get angry. He didn't do any of that. He was so calm and so matter of fact. Just, yeah, I would like that.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not proposing. I just wanted you to know I kept it. He left her in no doubt of his feelings. But he took everything and said everything so calm and so steadfast. That's the word I'm looking for. Steadfast. That is the word for James right there.
I agree completely. Yes. One scene I really loved was the filming of the segment at Hogan's Donuts when they're doing the decorating contest.
And the reindeer donut becomes the official Christmas donut.
Yes. That actually looked very good. I'm not going to lie.
It did, but I mean, I have to say, I kind of liked the look of the plaid red and green donut. But Travis did better. I mean, I didn't taste them, obviously.
Yeah. But I agree. Yeah.
I thought it looked pretty.
Yes, they were both very well done, but I think the plaid one from Travis.
Looks wise, I thought that one was awesome because it was simple but festive.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot on it, so it's not going to all fall off when you take a bite, you know?
Yeah. Do you have a favorite donut flavor? I guess.
Donut flavor?
Yeah. Or style donut?
Oh, yes, I do.
What's your favorite?
Strawberry or cherry?
Ooh.
The strawberry or cherry frosted donuts. Oh, yeah. Not strawberry syrup glaze or no. And that's probably what he used, ironically, to make the red and green. But no, the red and pink frosted donuts. Oh gosh, I can stay away from donuts until there's one of those in the mix. Ooh, they get me every time. What's your favorite donut?
Oh goodness. Well, I always love the original, like the classic just glazed donut. And then if we're going for flavored, now from Krispy Kreme, I love the chocolate cake donut that they have. I can't remember the name of it. but
I haven't had Krispy Kreme in years. So
it's very good. But
we don't have one here, so
oh. But there is a very good donut shop that we have been to a couple times in the Franklin and Nashville, Tennessee area called Five Daughters Bakery.
Ooh.
And I think the last time I was there, I got a vanilla powder donut.
Wow. That sounds good.
If you're ever in the area, definitely check out Five Daughters Bakery.
Okay, so head off to Tennessee right there. Yes, let's go.
Oh my goodness. So good. But anyway, back to the movie. I loved the scene when the young girl Avery meets Miss Christmas or Gail, and she helps her unwrap the gift. She didn't ask for something for herself. She asked for something to help lift the spirits of the people in her town. That was so sweet.
Well, and as the mother of a 12-year-old,
yes,
it's so nice when you see people that age, young people that age, thinking of others.
Yes.
My daughter just twisted her knee, and we had to take her for x-rays this morning, and it was hard for her, and she's thankfully we have some crutches that some friend lent us, and she's just hobbling her way up the ramp to get into school, and this kid saw her coming, opened the door, and stood aside, and I just went, oh, there are gentlemen left in a middle school.
Oh, so sweet.
So seeing Avery not asking for something for herself, but thinking of her whole town, and thinking about how people can't afford gifts. And, because that candy cane code got one free gift.
Yep.
And so that was a really, really beautiful moment that
it was.
I think, that really describes the spirit of Christmas and how it's supposed to be.
Yes. And I forgot to mention this about the donut scene, but the puns.
Donut judge me.
Do not mind if we do.
Oh my goodness. Donut get off track.
Oh my goodness.
That was mine.
That's a good one too. And we talked a little bit about this one at the beginning of the episode, but when they are filming their show in Northbridge, and there's the whole banter about the best Christmas present there is. I love Gail's line too, when she says, the best present that I can think of is just being here with all of you.
That leads right into one of my other favorite moments.
Go ahead.
When she's talking to Amanda, giving her one last piece of professional advice. And she says, be your authentic self.
Yes, I loved that moment too. I have that one written down. Yeah.
And because that is what Miss Christmas was all about. And I think that's one of the reasons why everybody loved her so much. Because she knew how to have a presence on camera. She was not dull. She was an actress. And so she took her acting skills and put them toward her hosting career. And she was never a phony. She was never a fake. And for her to give that tip, saying, be your authentic self. That really restores a lot of my hope in the industry. A lot of times acting is all about faking it. And people constantly have to wonder, is that person really as amazing as they look on screen? And sometimes they are, and sometimes they're not. And I've never had the privilege or the pleasure of interviewing Barbara, but I have interviewed a lot of other TV stars who have been so wonderful and so open and willing to talk. And Mark's one of them. You know, he's just
Yes.
we've had so many amazing conversations, and yeah, and it's just though that is when you really get your faith restored in the industry.
Yes. I would love to have the chance to talk to him someday. He seems like such a nice, genuine guy.
Oh, he's such a gentleman. He's such a gentleman. He reminds me a lot of my dad, actually.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But going back to what you were saying, it is nice to see genuine actors who really care about their fans. And the Hallmark talent are some of the nicest people that I've met. And I'm sure you can say the same thing.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's amazing how genuine they are, even when they're among the fans, because you can put up a front when you're among your fans.
Yes.
But a lot of them, I mean, they gear themselves up because they are working and they are presenting, but a lot of them are just wonderful to be around.
Yes, I agree. The stop in Pipestone, when Gail reads "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" and we get a visit from Santa, and then Travis and Amanda play the carnival game and take the photo booth photos, and they have their first kiss ×2.
Yeah. That was quite a stop.
Yes, a lot of great scenes.
And wasn't that the second time that James stopped in?
The second or third. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been the second.
Yeah, it was
with the carnival.
Yes. That was very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty precious.
Yes. Have you ever taken Christmas photo booth photos?
Christmas photo booth. Wait, yes, I have. Yes, I have. Reindeer antlers and a nose.
Oh, I have too. Yeah.
But a few years ago, more than a few, I would say it was probably 4 or 5 years ago now. And that was technically it was New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
But they had Christmas stuff.
Yes.
And that was the first time that I had ever done a Christmas photo booth. And I loved it.
It was fun when I did it. And that was back in 2013 when my mom and I went to a Christmas concert for Michael W. Smith in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And the girl that was the opening act, I had met her a couple months before on the American Idol tour. She came in third that year. And her name is Angie Miller. And I met her again at the Christmas concert after the show, of course. And me and another girl I'm friends with that is also a fan of hers, we got to spend about an hour with her after the show. And one of the things we did was take a Christmas photo booth photo.
That's funny. And the candy cane yanking him off.
Yes.
That was my favorite.
Oh, priceless memories that I'll always remember.
And not only are those priceless memories, but a moment of levity.
Yes.
In what was, I mean, they all loved their jobs, which is great, but let's face it, it was stressful to go on a tour right before Christmas.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yes.
And so for them to just be able to stop the action and have a little fun.
Yes. Agreed. Okay. Can we talk about the stop in Elmhurst when James shows up again and then Gail passes out, his reaction broke my heart.
I took a screenshot. I took a picture of his reaction, and I mean, it was the perfect blend of I am heartbroken and now it all makes sense.
I'm
Now
almost crying thinking
I
about it.
know. Now he knows why she has been pushing him away, and he's heartbroken too, because now what? All of those dreams he had of reconnecting with her, are they going to happen now? Is she going to die right now? Is she going to die tomorrow? Yeah. That was one of mine. It was a beauty of a moment.
Yeah.
Travis's hesitation.
Yeah.
It was split second, because I mean, kudos to him for being so professional right there. And just, I mean, talk about calm. Just, Amanda, dial 911 and put it on speaker, please. Just, I mean, he went into work mode. And then, what's the medication for? And he just, it's so slight. It's slow slight, but he did a tiny little hesitation. Oh, I have to say it with him right here. Brain cancer. And and then Amanda looked back at James for him.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't take his eyes off the scale. And so Amanda looked back for him to gauge that poor man's reaction. Oh. Yeah, that was. But he did it again. He remained calm. He remained confident. He remained steadfast.
Yeah.
And I have the line, I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Which is why it's important for us to take the time that we do have. Make it count. He comes in with flowers. He comes in calm, and he's not going anywhere. Holy mackerel! This man is a dream come true.
Yeah, I agree. Before I get into the sweet moment with James and Gail, I wanted to go back to the stop in Mission City when they are talking about the Christmas tree pin with the Christmas Carol reference. I loved that.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah.
And look, I've got a pin.
Yes.
It's not a Christmas tree pin, but it's a pin.
Yeah. Yes. I like your pin as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, the scene between James and Gail when they were talking about the letters and their first kiss. That was, not gonna lie, my heart melted into a puddle.
And then they ended it with, this is gonna sound terrible, but you know, they're not going to do the huge passionate kiss of a new love, because they're in their 60s. And they have been in love before. They went through the young, passionate stage. And it was just, it was the perfect reconnecting kiss.
Yeah, I agree. Yes. I thought it was very sweet.
I mean, I can't say enough good things about Mark. So, you know, I could just talk about his performance alone, and I would take up an hour. So, and then put him with Barbara, somebody that, you know, I didn't really start recognizing her until probably about, I would say maybe 6 years ago. But I've been watching her on movies way before that, and I always I'm like, oh, it's that lady. Oh, it's that lady, you know, but it wasn't until about 6 years ago that I started saying, that's Barbara Niven. And
Yes.
so, you know, so put those two people together, and we've never seen them together either.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah. I'd love to see them work together again in a
Yes.
movie of their own.
They don't do too many of those.
No,
but
no.
that
It
would
would be
be
nice
fun.
for them to have a bigger storyline in a future movie.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be fun to watch. I would be there for that movie.
Yes. And the last thing I have on my list is Gail's toast, the kiss between Travis and Amanda, and the farewell show.
So I felt like the romance was kind of a sweet side story.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
because I got more feelings from the farewell than I did from the kiss. Does that make me a terrible person?
No, not at all. No, I feel the same way. Yeah.
I think that it was meant to be that way. I think that the romances were a side story, but it was all about how she being Gail is retiring and accepting what's going on with her life, and Amanda stepping up to the plate.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that final goodbye.
Yeah.
And then both Miss Holiday and Mr. Winters coming up to her, knowing that, so that she's aware of the fact that she's not alone, giving this last address.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful way to end the movie. And I think it would have been a mistake to end it any other way.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah.
For this Christmas and for every Christmas yet to come, may you never be too grown up to believe in Christmas magic.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, because that is totally me. I am not
Me too.
for Christmas magic. And yep, it's right here. It's right here in my notes. I wrote it down because I love that line.
That's a great quote. One of my favorites from the movie, actually.
Probably, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The other quote that meant so much to me was, the family you come from isn't always as important as the family that you find.
Yes.
I won't get into how much that means to me, but let's just leave it at it means.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Yes. Yeah. I love my family, of course, but I love my friends that have become family too.
Amen.
And I have one more quote that I want to mention that I really loved, and it is from Travis.
I wrote down.
When he says, Christmas is a magical time where the impossible becomes possible.
I didn't write it down, but I did love it.
Yes, that was a great line. So, do we have anything that we didn't like about this movie, or any questions with the storyline?
So, there wasn't anything that I didn't like per se.
Yeah.
But there were 3 parts that were kind of left in the air and didn't really get explained. And I was a little confused about. Let me say that.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
When Travis says that there's such a thing as too much Christmas.
Yeah.
That's the only time we hear him say it.
Yeah.
And every other place and every other time we see him totally getting into it. There's no place. There's no place where too much Christmas bothers him. Yeah. I mean, I think if he thought that there was such a thing as too much Christmas, then he would be acting for the camera, and then the camera got off and another Christmas event or something like that. But
yeah, that's true.
It didn't. Yeah, that did not make sense.
Yeah,
that did not make sense to me. What was one that you had?
The only one that I had was the amount of time it took for Amanda to find out about Gail's terminal diagnosis.
Oh. Yeah, I don't have anything on that one.
I mean, I thought when she did find out, it was well written, like we mentioned earlier on.
No, I agree with you. The fact that her personal assistant, who knows her better than anyone, like I said, I got nothing. I don't I don't have reasoning. I don't have an excuse. I got nothing.
Yeah. I just wish that she had learned a little bit sooner than she did.
I'm trying to understand how Gail could keep that from her for so long when she's right there all the time.
Yeah. Yes.
But I mean, I guess there are ways.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. What were the other two that you had?
So this one, it's not supposed to be explained, and I kind of got that in retrospect. The visit from Santa.
Yeah.
It was an adorable thing. And then Amanda says, "Did you arrange the visit from Santa?" "No, I thought you did." And that was it. And wait, are we trying to say that was the real Santa? You know, it was quick. It was just really quick, and it didn't. But like I said, in retrospect, I think it was supposed to just be kind of a Christmas magic moment.
Yeah. Yes.
So this last one, you're gonna laugh at me, but the missed kisses conversation.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Obviously, they needed some kind of conversation to lead up to the kiss, but came out of nowhere. I mean, they didn't kind of come up against each other and have that awkward moment, and they weren't talking about her mom and her dad, who almost missed their opportunity to be together because of a missed kiss. It was just, my mom said this about missed kisses. Whoa, what?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that made, I mean, I thought the kisses themselves were sweet.
Yeah.
But it made them awkward. It made them very awkward. That
I agree. Yeah.
And that's probably why I thought that the romance could kind of took second to the story, because it wasn't given as much attention.
Yeah. And I agree.
That conversation was just, that was awkward. And it wouldn't have been awkward. The conversation itself would not have been awkward if it had not been awkwardly placed. That was the big thing. I would like to see that conversation in a more appropriate setting.
Yeah, I agree.
Context.
I agree. Yes.
But that's all I got.
Yeah. I think that's about it for me too. That wraps up our review, and I believe I would give it 8 out of 10 Christmas tree pins.
Let's see. I will join you. I will give it 8 out of 10 Christmas tree pins.
I think it was a solid movie to start out Miracles of Christmas for 2023.
I agree. I mean, I will not say what movie but I have broken my hard fast rule of no Christmas movies before Halloween, and I have been sorely disappointed. So disappointed. This one, I broke my rule and I was not disappointed.
Yeah, so it was great.
It was worth breaking my rule for, which sometimes in the past it has not been. So
yeah, sometimes the first movies are a little rough. I will say that. Yeah. Not always, but sometimes there are a couple that aren't the greatest to start off the Christmas
to kick off the season, but this one was a great one to kick it off.
I agree, and I love Brennan, Erica, Barbara, Mark, all fantastic.
They did great,
and of course the whole cast.
Well, and when you think about it, everybody else is kind of fleeting.
Yeah,
I mean, those three are the ones who really carried the movie.
Yeah.
Because Murray's there, yeah, and he's goes through it the whole way, but he doesn't have a whole lot of scenes.
Yeah.
And then you got James popping in and out.
Yeah.
And he never goes away, which is the best part.
Yes, he never goes away. Yeah.
But yeah, those three really carried the movie. It wasn't just they were the stars.
Mm-hmm.
They were the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did a really, really good job of carrying that movie. And then Mark was fabulous as the entering character to keep the story moving. And then Murray was our comic relief, which I think we all loved.
Yes. Well done to the entire cast and crew. Well, this was so much fun, Canby. Thank you for joining me for this review. I can't wait to have you back on again in the future.
We haven't done it in a while, yeah.
Yeah. And I will definitely have you back on again.
Oh, great. Well, thank you for having me.
Of course. Anytime. All right, Hallmarkies. Well, I think that wraps up our review of Miss Christmas Comes to Town. If you enjoyed this episode, you can like this video and share your favorite scenes in the comments. If you want to stay up to date with all of my Christmas movie reviews, you can subscribe to this channel and make sure you turn on the bell to be notified whenever I post a new episode. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in the world, and we will see you next time. We love y'all. Bye.
Bye, everybody.